There's something I've noticed over 20 years of working with animals and the people who love them, and I think it might change the way you look at your dog or your cat. If your dog or cat has been itching, licking, restless, or just not quite themselves lately, stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't the first thing most people think of, and it isn't the last either. It's something in between, and it might be the piece that you've been missing. Hi, I'm Paul. Now, before I go any further, I want to say something important. If your dog or cat is scratching, uncomfortable, or showing signs of distress, please speak to your vet. Allergies and parasites, food sensitivities, skin conditions, environmental triggers, all of these are real, and all of them matter. The physical body always deserves attention. But remember, sometimes, even after you've done all those things, all the right things, changed the food, treated the fleas, ruled out all the allergies, something still isn't right. And that's where this conversation begins. Most people, when their dog starts itching, asks one question: how do I stop it? It's a fair question. We love our animals. We don't want them to suffer. We want a solution. But there's another question, a quieter one. And in my experience, it's the question that often opens the door to what's really going on. That question is, what might my dog or cat be responding to? Not what's wrong with them, what are they responding to? Because here's the thing, I've come to understand slowly over many years of working with animals. Your dog or cat doesn't just live in your house, they live in your energy field. Let me explain what I mean by that, because this is where it gets really interesting. Animals are extraordinarily sensitive, far more sensitive than most of us realize. They don't just notice your moods, they live inside them. They share your routines, your environment, your stress, your grief, your joy. The emotional atmosphere of your home is the water that they swim in every hour of the day. And here's what I've seen again and again across hundreds of situations. When something shifts in the household, tension, change, uncertainty, conflict, even something as subtle as a person carrying unspoken worry, the animal often responds. Sometimes it shows up as anxiety, sometimes restlessness, sometimes behavioral changes. And sometimes, and this is the part that surprises people most, it shows up in the body. I'm not saying every symptom has an emotional root. I'm not saying that you should ignore the physical. What I am saying is when we look at the body, we sometimes miss half the picture. Let me tell you about a dog that I've worked with. I won't share the details because that would identify the family, but this dog had been suffering and struggling, anxious, restless, the kind of unsettled energy that no amount of training or routine seemed to soothe. The family had done everything right: vet visits, diet changes, exercise, patience, and still something wasn't landing. So we started looking at the bigger picture. What had changed in the household? What was the emotional atmosphere like? What were the humans in this dog's life actually carrying? And as we began to gently introduce more calm, more stability, more reassurance, not just for the dog, but for the family as a whole, something started to shift. The dog began to settle, not overnight, not magically, but unmistakably, because the dog had been responding to something that no one had named. Here's what I've come to believe. After more than 20 years of this work, our animals are not just pets. They're not just bodies with symptoms. They are sensitive, attuned, deeply present beings, and in many ways, they're reflecting something back to us about our home, about our nervous system, about the emotional weather that we're moving through. And when we slow down enough to listen, really listen, we often find that what our animal is actually showing us isn't just about them. It's about the whole picture, the home, the relationship, the energy that we're carrying about without really knowing it. This doesn't make us responsible for their suffering in some guilt-laden way. Please don't hear it like that. It means we get to be in partnership with them. We get to ask better questions. We get to take care of ourselves and them, knowing that the well-being of one is woven into the well-being of the other. So, if your dog or cat is itching, restless, sensitive, or just not quite themselves, here's what I'd invite you to do. First, do practical things. Speak to your vet, look at food, environment, parasites, allergies, health conditions. Rule out what needs to be ruled out. But then, gently also ask, what's been happening in our home lately? What might my animal be picking up on? What might they need from me, not just physically, but emotionally? And what might this be inviting me to notice in my own life? You don't have to have the answers right away. The questions themselves do something. They open a door that the symptom-only approach keeps closed. Your dog or cat isn't just a body. They are beings, sensitive, attuned, quietly wise beings who have chosen, in whatever way these things are chosen, to share their life with you. And sometimes the most loving thing that we can do isn't to fix what they're showing us, it's to listen. If something in this video spoke to you, I'd love for you to subscribe. This is a developing channel and it's growing into something I care about very deeply. It's about uplifting us as humans as we move through this life with a little more ease, a little more presence, more alignment. And it's about our beloved fur family too, because they're walking this path right alongside us, and they have so much to offer if we slow down enough to receive it. So if that's the kind of conversation that you want more of, subscribe and you'll hear from me as new videos come out. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me about your dog or your cat, or whoever shares your life right now. What have you noticed about them lately? What might they be showing you? Leave a comment below. I read them and I'll reply where I can. These conversations matter to me. And if this resonated with you, I've put together a short guide called They Feel Everything. It goes deeper into how our animals respond to the energy of our homes and what we can do to support them. You'll find it in the description below.